and development region too?
No.
Okay.
If you're completely into the support of production environment, then you need to handle only the production activities.
Okay.
But if you are also a developer who need to develop, then you may need to do a multiple role.
Okay. If I find any issues with production while running, so what is the thing? Do I need to raise the defect and contact the developer, or so if any
Again,
changes in
it depends
the
upon the issue. If the issue is something like a click activity where the selector need to be updated, and if you know how to do that, and if there is proper documentation of how to update it, the support personnel can do that. But if you are only an administrator who's looking through, who don't have the knowledge of development, then you need to go back to developer by raising an issue.
okay. And do we need to document with respect to change request, or just be
Everything need
just
to
like
be documented. Even the if that requires an SDD flowchart update, even that should be updated.
okay, okay, okay. Thanks, Vajra.
Sure. Okay, I am trying to share my screen. Let's go with the deployment. Yeah. So this is what Ganesh have created, and it's there in the file. So please go ahead and check it. Below the steps that describes how we can publish the process to orchestrator directly from UiPath. Okay. And manually with NuGet package, click on publish. Okay. And then orchestrator tenant process publishing options. Publish it to custom. You need to change it to custom, and you need to add a custom URL. So publish it. Click on publish. Done. Okay, there will be specific file. Now log into orchestrator, go to tenant packages. You will see the list of packages either uploaded from studio or manually. Drag and drop. Okay, Ganesh folder, automations. Yes, this seems to be fine. I don't see any issue. I think the only issue that I am seeing here is if there are assets, how to create an assets, what are the assets, the table is missing.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
Let me just add it at the bottom for you. uh, okay, just go ahead and add assets table at the bottom and reply to that.
Okay,
Okay,
sure.
now what we can do is let's write a formal conversation. So Ganesh, what you can do, let Karthik do it. Karthik, do you have access of Ganesh solution?
No.
Okay, so Ganesh, uh, who is the deployment partner for you? Like whose machine should this be deployed? Talk to your team and decide and tell me whose whose machine is the deployment machine.
Yesterday we have discussed that we can use either Valli or Pragati's machine for deployment.
Talk to them.
Uh,
Yeah, it's fine with me.
yeah.
What about Wali?
Yeah, I'm also fine with that. Yeah.
Okay, so two machines, and I don't want to have two orchestrators. Those should be deployed in a single orchestrator. So how can we do that?
Actually, already we have combined. We have created shared
That is
directory.
Somya's. Yeah.
Yes, no, Soumya is not available.
So even though if she's not available, we can use that, right? So it's not possible.
Yes, it is possible. So you would like to continue with that?
Uh, we can start from scratch. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so who is ready to give away their orchestrator licenses? Two licenses we require.
I have actually. I have 3 accounts.
Okay, so Vali, you are a deployment partner, right? So we should have separate orchestrator admin. So who is the orchestrator admin now? Let's pick up someone else. Hari, can you do that, or you are still working in your office laptop?
Yes, Vajan, I'm in office working on shift.
Okay, what about Rahul?
Yes, I can work.
You can work?
Mm.
Sure. Please go ahead and share your screen. And is your machine fast enough? I just need to get the confirmation.
Yes.
Okay. So Ganesh, draft a message to Rahul and give away the instruction file and also the package for Rahul to deploy.
Actually, package file I'm not able to provide because my laptop having again issue for my Wi-Fi. It is not getting connected to internet.
So did you publish that uh, in
Yeah,
the
it
GitHub?
yeah I have not package file, but I have pushed my latest changes to GitHub.
So Rahul, can you please go ahead
I have
and
someone package installed in my machine. Someone uploaded their package. So is this supply chain management?
let's go back to the scratch and let's start from the beginning. Okay. What you can do is go to GitHub desktop.
GitHub is not installed in my desktop.
Uh, I think he can take mine. I have uploaded in the group itself.
What have you
Yeah, this
uploaded?
one, right?
So Karthik, where did you upload this? Is this
Uh,
the package or is it a code?
Code, entire solution.
Okay, if it is an entire solution, where did you upload this? In the Teams?
Uh, in the Teams group. Yeah.
Okay. Did I miss something? Okay, where is it? Maybe
Actually,
I missed it in the files, I guess. Karthik, this is the one, right? Okay, let's utilize that. So what we can do is
No, go to Teams.
okay. So Rahul, please. Okay.
Go to chat, post, go for post. Yeah, I think there is a zip file, right?
Karthik, supply chain management.
Yeah.
So did you download the same, Rahul?
Yeah, I have downloaded this
Okay.
document.
So what you can do is go to Studio. Go to Studio.
Yes.
Now publish this in your local. Is it working?
Yes, Bajrang, but he has to give the SMPT service.
SMTP
I think he
service.
has. Yeah, I think he has to do settings in his Gmail account about that security, or else it won't work. Or you can just comment it.
Settings or sending email itself, you need to comment, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you please comment out the code and publish it local?
and you have to change the picture also, picture path. Download.jpg. So that is pointing to your mission.
That is made dynamic.
Okay. Rahul, please open UiPath Studio. You can stop it because this is not required. Stop. Yeah. So let's have a quick look in config of supplier list. Okay, scroll down. Okay, okay. Karthik, can you please guide where Rahul should comment out the SMTP?
Go to process, scroll down. Scroll down. At the end, click on it and press Control D.
Okay, you're adding an item to orchestrator queue. So what is the queue name?
That he has to create it in the orchestrator. Queue name can be given in the config file. If it is
Okay.
not required, you can comment it.
So why did you write this?
You told right to add it to queue.
Mhm. But why are you writing it at the end?
I mean, if it is a in the process, if it is a industry, I'm adding every row to queue.
So are you creating this as a dispatcher bot or a performer bot?
Dispatcher.
But you also have CSV created and all.
Yeah, I have taken that. I have exported it to local, and I'm adding it to
I think you
QE.
did not understand the exact requirements, Karthik. So can someone tell me what dispatcher and performer difference is? How do we need to
Yeah,
do
so
that?
dispatcher will just upload to the queue, and performer will access that queue and transact from that data.
So what part of it should be performer and what part of it should be dispatcher?
So dispatcher will be something if we are downloading the CSV, then we can upload that data. What we are uploading, putting in Excel, we can upload that data to the queue.
So this particular supply chain request is only for one user, right?
Yeah.
So
Yes.
this is a performer that Karthik have created, but not a dispatcher. So for the dispatcher, you need to create a separate sheet where you have input values. So where is the input? From where are you reading the input for this particular
From
workflow?
the Excel file.
Can you please navigate to the Excel file, Rahul?
Uh,
Go.
Click on that project. Go to the project file. You click on that project panel to your left. You click on that folders at the top
Yeah, data. Okay.
or data. Yeah, data, input, input. Yeah, supplier list.
So if you see here, he clearly mentioned. Uh,
Actually, see, the image file path is pointing to your,
exactly.
yeah, it's pointing to you. You have to change it to shared
Yeah,
drive or something.
Or you can actually keep the input file path itself as you can add them in the input folder and then you can give dynamic path, even that will work. Okay, so these are the issues that we have. So can we write these as bugs and we can work for the next 30 minutes?
Vajrang, sorry to interrupt.
Mhm.
What is the dynamic path? What is that actually?
So
Like,
instead of having it till supply chain management, C till supply chain management, you can start from data input and account. So whenever robot starts, it will start looking in the local folder or in the folder structure itself,
okay,
code folder structure, rather than looking
okay,
for a different file path. So what we'll do, let's go ahead and publish this package and then create it. We'll have issues, we'll correct them after creating bugs. Okay. But will you accept this solution for support? So as a support executive, you need to give a go ahead that okay, you got all the requirements and you can support. So will you give a go ahead for this particular process or not?
No, actually, there is a bug, right? So we can't do it.
So you cannot just say that there is a bug, that's the reason you cannot take it. You need to give a clear documentation or clear mail on why you cannot take it. You can say that the static files path are static and the process is not in dispatcher performer model. There is no information on the queue name where the queue is available. So all these details you need to add.
Okay.
Okay.
So, so I have to add all the informations in the GitHub, or through GitHub I have to add.
So normally when we send, we'll send out an email asking for approval across. So in that mail you can just reply out.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So let's go with the deployment anyhow. Rahul, can you please click on publish? Ganesh, you can guide Rahul to deploy it locally.
Yeah, sure. Uh, Select the package name. No, no, go back. Here, if you want to change the package name, you can change here. Okay, and so, currently there is no need, so we can click on next. Here, publish to. Here we want to just second. Here we want to publish on local machine, not directly on orchestrator. So we will choose the custom option. Now we have to give your local path where the package will be saved after deployment. Generally, the path should be different from our coding environment. The folder in which you have created code that should be separate from your development. No, sorry, from your package folder. So choose a different path. Click on next. Here currently no need to add any certificate. So you can click on publish.
Actually, in productions, do we need to upload certificate for HTTPS like that, or how it is?
Actually, I also don't know because I have not worked on any web environment.
Okay.
Here the package file is created. So after logging into this orchestrator, go to your tenant first. Here the packages. Here you can upload. Click on upload.
We can directly publish it to orchestrator, right? What is the difference?
Machine
Karthik,
studio
you
is
will
not
not have
connected.
Studio installed in production environments. Studio will be installed only in the development and non-prod environments, but not in the production environments. So orchestrator, so you cannot deploy directly, and you should not link a production environment to your studio.
Okay.
So that's the reason we'll do a manual upload. And in bigger organizations, we use CI/CD pipeline. So whenever there is a commit, a package will be created. So that's a different scenario.
So
So
production
question
people
I have
will.
on top. Sorry.
Just a second. Walid, tell me.
So production people will be having only access to orchestrator, not no studio, right?
Production environment will not have access of studio because all they require is package, nothing else.
Okay.
They should not have access to the code.
Okay.
So
So,
it's
but
something same like when we import any package and we use that in within the project, right?
Exactly. So while you're importing the package, you will not see what's there in the code, right? You will just use the library. That's it.
okay.
So Vajrang, in the production environment, we have only the UiPath robot and orchestrator connected, right? Other than that, we don't have studio at all.
Correct.
We don't have. Okay.
But if we want, we can install. We should not install. That's the
Okay.
scenario.
Okay.
Actually, roughly how many bots will be running in production?
See, one user, you can take your user ID as a single robot. So in a machine, in a server, there can be multiple users, right? Multiple users can work in their own sessions. So these are high density robots. So when you say high density robots, a single server can be taken up by multiple machines. But right now, most of the users are using AWS instances. So one instance will be one user machine.
Okay. Actually, you're telling server means IaaS server
Yeah.
or Windows server, right? Okay.
So VM servers, VM server management, and you have AWS server management as well, right? In that server, you will have a session for you. So normally in an organization, there can be, if it is even if it is cloud or even if it is on-prem, there will be single server, and you will be provided user name and password to log in and work, right? Same way, you
Okay.
need to treat a robot user as the same in the same perspective. So if you are creating a robot, it need to have user ID and password where it can log in and work. So one user,
So,
one account, user account, one robot, and multiple user accounts can be available in a machine, which can share the resources like memory, RAM, and all.
okay. Um, so users means tenants, right?
Tenant is different. So tenant, you can target tenant as production tenant, dev tenant, and development tenant. So what is the differentiation is one tenant resources cannot be accessed by other resources, other tenant resources.
Okay.
Okay, and we still have segregation now with new folder structure within orchestrator. So here you are seeing like default shared, right? Instead of
Yeah.
these two, you can have something like HR, you can have something like finance, and you can have a different department like insurance department. Now when you are deploying it, you can deploy it in the package, but what you can do is you can create a process only in that particular shared folder rather than having access to each and every other folder.
Okay.
Okay, now the package is created. Can you create the process as well? So do you know the difference between package and a process?
Yes.
Can you please tell me?
Sorry, package and the process.
Yeah.
So in package we just upload our studio development package, and in process we assign robot to it.
Exactly. So we will tell in a process like what package should be executed and what is the version and what is the endpoint or manual endpoint
Yeah.
or whatever it is, and where the robot should execute or which robot should be executed. Okay, now you can click on next and then package requirements.
Yeah, Vajrang, I have one doubt. When we deploy the package in the process, right, it asks about the arguments.
Mhm.
So with respect to arguments, like do we need to modify or when we did the development using arguments means, do we need to Like, do we need to modify anything in the argument section
So why do you use
in the process
arguments?
file?
Let me explain you why do we use have arguments. See, you can see arguments only from the main endpoint or any entry level endpoint. You cannot see arguments for each and every file in this particular job,
Okay,
because in the orchestrator, let's assume that we created a new orchestrator queue, and we want that queue to be executed for this particular workflow. Now this is
okay,
not initially available in 2016 and 17 versions, might be started in 2018 or 19. So they started exposing what are the arguments that are available. So if you provide a value, it takes the value directly from the input that you are giving here, or else it will go by default nothing.
okay. So there is no effect in that, right?
Exactly.
If we, okay, okay. Thanks.
Okay. Yes. So is it done?
Yes.
So which robots are you executing on?
So these attended.
Mm-hmm. Any user or any robot account, any machine.
Unattended.
The
Job.
type is job type is unattended. How, why it is unattended? It should be specified to one particular user. So there are no users. And do you know the
Yes.
reason?
Because the robot is not linked to that automation.
So if you want Sundar, Valli and Pragati to execute this, where are the users?
In admin, admin.
Admin users and groups.
No, actually. Can you please click on admin? In left hand side, license, you can see some license, right? Or accounts groups, left hand side. Okay. Accounts and groups, second one. Invite users. Um, yeah, you can type my name, Sunati. Okay.
What is melody?
She typed in chat box. You have to press three, all three.
I'll be in mute for some time. Please continue.
Okay.
So, why do we need to give the administrator access for the users?
Um, actually, then only we can run from our machine, so that's why.
Okay,
As currently you are admin, you are working as admin, and they are only the runner machines. They will just execute the code. So to access your orchestrator, they need to be added in your account orchestrator. Otherwise, they will not be able to run.
okay.
Can you check again if they have approved your request?
So
Yeah.
Rahul, you should not execute anything from orchestrator. Valli and
Okay.
Pragati are the robots. So Valli approved. Sorry,
So
Pragati.
what is your Ragul? What is your student? Student is yours?
Yes.
Okay.
Vajrang, I have one doubt. Like, if we add the users to the user group, uh, in real time, will you provide the administrator access, or will you provide automation user access?
Only automation user access. You can give your automation
Okay.
user access now. Remove admin
Okay.
access.
Okay.
Yeah, I have accepted the invite.
Actually, I have one doubt, Vajran. So he belongs to student organization. So do you need to run this bot under my thing or this thing student or my organization?
So you need to change, or you need to log out in your robot, and you need to log in again and select student organization.
In student organization, there is no available bots.
It's not bot. Your machine is a bot. You don't have process. Okay. So users are available. So you need to assign licenses. So go back to users. Yep. So here you have, just go to licenses. Let's see if we have licenses and if we can provide users. We have two named users. Can you give two named users to Valli and Pragati? I think they are automatically assigned. Click on robots and services. Yeah, so if you see here, there is one robot and service, unattended robot 1, testing robot, data service, and document understanding. So what we can do is go to orchestrator. Okay, and then in shade you need to give access to Pragati and so Valli for shade drive, assign group or account.
I can say SCM. Yeah.
Type in name Valli, Sundar Valli. Yep.
Yeah.
And role is automation user. Assign. And second one, okay, now you have assigned this to automation user. Now can you please check with the machines? Click on machines. Machines. Next to manage access. Okay. You don't have any machines right now. So let's go with Pragati's ID. Pragati, can you please share your screen? Let's see.
Yeah, sure.
We still have 15 more minutes, so let's complete it within that time.
So this is the invite I have accepted.
Go to shade, process. So SCM is what we have. All you can do is go to your orchestrate your UiPath robot assistant in your local machine.
Yeah.
I think you need to share complete screen.
Okay. Are you not able to see the whole
Yeah,
screen?
I can see it.
1 minute. I have one share. I'm just opening the UI assistant. So this is my UiPath assistance. So
So sign in again with the URL. You can select, yeah, click on logout. Okay, give the
has been
URL,
logged.
give URL completely. Like you can give it till student. There is a tenant URL, right? Just
Yeah,
go
yeah.
back to
I need to.
orchestrator. Yeah, till student you can give. Open UiPath. Now this is your production machine. So normally in an unattended mode, this is a bit different. Okay, so this is attended mode publishing. Okay, so if you want to publish in any machine, you will just upload it and then it will be seen to their machines like it is awaiting for install. Okay, you
So
can
shall I run
execute.
it?
Yeah, you can. So Wally, can you please do the same thing and please confirm if you are able to do it or not?
Okay.
Shall I close this? I'm not sure why it has opened
Pragati,
up.
you are a business user. You should not think anything that's technical. So if that's not working properly, raise a bug stating that that's not working as per the requirement. So the bot's not executing as per the requirement.
So I think it was retried three.
This is a separate user, not the same user. So it's not able to handle the pop-up. Okay, so the deployment failed. What you can do is you can click on cancel. Okay, and stop the execution.
No, it's again trying.
Yeah, it will try for all the items because it's an RE framework, right? If there is any system exception, it will continue with the next one. So you can stop it. You can stop it using assistant. Go to assistant and stop it. Yeah, I think that's stopped. Okay, if it is
Yeah.
running, it will be in running mode. Now you can drop a message directly in Teams to Rahul stating that you are not able to execute and the bot is not executing as per the requirements.
Okay.
Please drop it now.
Oh, yeah.
Wally, can you please also do the same thing?
Yeah, but I'm not seeing the SCM.
Because you did not log in with Rahul's.
Yeah, I have logged in.
Can you please show me the screen?
One Actually, this is Rahul one. I can see here,
Mm-hmm.
but I can't see here.
That is because you are connected to a different orchestrator. So click on the human symbol and then log out.
Okay, this, okay. Yeah.
Sign in again with Rahul's orchestrator URL. You need to sign out in the browser first.
Okay.
You're closing, Wally. You need to click on logout in browser.
I open. This is the Rahul's one, students one. So now I'm opening here. Okay, cool. Thank you. Now I'm trying to run.
So Rahul, how can you find issues or logs?
So I think in orchestrator logs.
Exactly. So let them run. You can start the screen share. Let's check with the logs. Rahul, please share the screen.
Yeah, I'm sharing.
So you can see all the logs here, right? Transaction is
Yes.
getting error. SN transaction. No row position 6. So using these logs, you need to find out the exception and you need to uh, find the error. Okay, can you check with Karthik to get the things done so that he can correct the solution and then you can deploy it again.
Okay.
Okay,
So I
so
think
now
screenshot is not.
I didn't get you, Rahul. What was that?
Screenshot.
Yeah, screenshot will be saved in robot machine in their folders. So even that you need to send it as an email whenever there is an exception. You need to configure email for that. So
Ashran, I have one doubt. So if you have few licenses in your machine, so how do you distribute the license in productions? For example, if you have 300 bots.
300 bots is very, you're talking about very big organization. So talking about only 5 to 10 bots. So even for 5 to 10 bots, if you want to execute like in unattended mode, you need to provide licenses for each and every machine.
Okay, one machine, one license. Okay,
One
in
user,
each
one license.
one user, one license. Okay, okay. Thanks, Roger. So how much cost one license? It is more, right?
Yes, it depends with the sales team.
Okay. So in banking domain, how many bots they will be having?
Again, you cannot say something like that, but if it is asked in an interview, you can say that you have developed or you have published 20 plus process and you have you have 4 unattended bots and you have all the bots as unattended, and in one robot you can run multiple process right? For example, if there is a process that's executing from 5 to 6, so bot will be idle for the next thread. So in the same machine, you can execute the second process.
Okay,
Uh,
once it's finished, we can execute the second process, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
So if the bot is triggered while the first one is executing, the job will be in pending state. It is completed by the first one, it will be released, and the second process will take over that machine.
Okay, if at a time my three process has to run, so the bot can perform only one process, means how they
The
will
other
handle.
processes need to be added to the remaining bots, floating robots. Or
Float.
you can select an organization in that if you have three robots, for example, your and um, Pragati and Valley machine can be taken as unattended robots. So whichever bot is free, it will be assigned to the particular robot. Or,
Okay.
or you
So,
can also select that you can trigger it only in one bot, so it will wait till the bot is having a resource to work.
okay, so where can we select that floating robot?
It's
Where it
not
will be?
floating robot, it's floating machine. There, while creating a job, you can, let's take it tomorrow now. So this is Friday, so
Okay.
tomorrow also we have. By that time, please, Karthik, can you please correct the code? Uh, and
yeah, sure.
input should be inside the input folder. And what you can also try to do is have assets, and assets should be Gmail SMTP and the port. And you can also have credentials, your username and password. So you can guide Rahul to give his own username and password in the asset, so that the bot should execute taking his credentials.
Okay.
Okay, the asset name should be same, so he need to add that. And create a run book or deployment book, where you need to provide clearly on create. See, you did not provide orchestrator key name itself. On what is the orchestrator key name, it should select, right?
Okay.
Or what is the orchestrator queue name. So you need to
Yeah.
give that completely in the document. You can use Ganesh document and you can add on top of it.
Okay.
Okay, so that's it for today, guys. And do you have any other questions other than this process? I hope today's session is easy to understand. What is your feedback? Is it very slow? Is it very fast?
It was
Is
good,
it very
Bajrang. We have to go through the session just to get a little more understanding of it. Yeah, but it was good, very practical.
Yeah. So what about others?
Yes,
Karthik?
Uh,
Bajrang, it is more informative. And I have one query. When we work with VDIs, let's say we have VDIs, or if we are going for floating robots, how it works.
See, floating robots in the sense, let's say that there are five users, and there is
Okay,
one license. And
okay,
if those five users are manually working, that robot can occupy any machine. So that there is a machine template concept, like that will be assigned
okay,
automatically. You can assign um, five licenses to that machine template, and whenever you create a machine using that machine template, robot will be automatically assigned. So
okay,
there you need to have a bit more practical knowledge. For now, that's not required. If you ask me, you can just go with unattended bot. Tomorrow we can
okay,
create a unattended bot for Wali, because Wali or Pragati, because they are already assigned. We just need to make some changes in the orchestrator to make them unattended execution.
okay, okay.
Vajrang, can we use any open source ticketing system like Jira?
For
It
what?
could for this project management.
There should be a requirement. You cannot just add any particular uh, tool that you require in a process. If it is required, yes, you can. If it is not required, then don't.
Okay.
Bajrang,
I
sorry,
have
one
a doubt.
question here.
Yeah, tell me.
So yesterday we have created the GitHub issues, right? So most of the spaces where DevOps, we use totally DevOps, we will be using the GitHub against the code issues. Yeah.
So it's not only DevOps. Any kind of project we need to use GitHub. Or if you are not using GitHub, there should be some project management tool. Either it can be
Yeah,
VSTS,
right.
anything. Because in Microsoft VSTS we create issues, we create tasks and all, right. In the same way, we are using GitHub because that is open source and easy to integrate.
So GitHub
Okay.
is only for development people or production people also?
Everyone,
Productions.
they will not have access to the code, but if they want, for example, if the CO is maintaining the code, they will have access to the GitHub, and they will download and execute or create the NuGet package. So NuGet package will be created by the production team, checking the license, checking the code, and checking for vulnerabilities.
Okay.
If there are any memory leaks, and if the connections are closed properly, if there is an open database connection, is it closed properly, everything will be checked either by the production deployment team, which can be a COE team, center of excellence team. Like I'm heading right now a COE team in my organization. So what I do is I will check, we have internal tools to check with the code, if the code is proper, and if there are any issues we will check that. And we'll run a CI/CD pipeline to create a package and to deploy it in the orchestrator. So whatever manual work that we are doing right now, it will be a complete automated process.
Okay.
Okay, and most of the organizations don't do it, so that's not required even, because once the CI/CD pipeline is created, it can be used in any process. So a developer need not know about CI/CD pipeline. If you have understanding, that should be enough.
Okay. Thanks, Ashwin.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Yeah,
Well,
Bajir, I have
I'm
a
not
question.
getting
Rahul, tell
mail
me.
for. I'm not getting mails for recording that you have uploaded for
If
last 2 3 days.
if you're not getting mails, you because I haven't added as a private, it's in as a linked. So I'm also uploading, or I'm giving them in the file, right, in the teams notes. You can see the recording links, you can go through that. None of them were getting it because those are, I haven't uploaded them as private, I have uploaded them in a different format. Okay, you can go through the all links in YouTube videos. Okay. So 17 recordings are already uploaded. Today's meeting also I will upload. Ganesh,
Okay.
tell me.
Yeah, in our previous, just few minutes before, you said that a mail needs to be configured for getting the mail for this error or successful.
Correct.
So, where that mail should be configured in the orchestrator admin or at the
See, mail
end user level.
configuration is with the provider. If it is Gmail, then Gmail details need to be provided, like Gmail user ID, password, and the uh, URL, port URL, and the host URL, HTTP URL, and the port. In the same way, if you are using Outlook, then Outlook Live, then it has its own SMTP um, settings that need to be made. But if you are using Outlook activities installed in the machine, then you can directly give Outlook. But normally we don't prefer Outlook. The reason being, if Outlook is not installed in the machine, then how can it send an email? So there will be a dependency of the application, right? So instead we can use SMTP as a protocol, where the service, where it will create a HTTP request and the email will be sent.
Uh, or just you said that Outlook is not installed, then the mail will not be sent. So
Mail you
we are
cannot send it, right? There are multiple protocols. You can use Exchange protocol, you can use SMTP protocol only for sending out emails, or you can use IMAP protocol as well. So those protocols will help you to send emails, like see, if you don't have UI of Gmail, but you have given a library, then you need to write a code to send it, right? You need to send the data to address, from address, and username and password, and the body of the email. So that you need to configure. Do one thing, sit with Karthik and try to work with him, so that you will get more information.
Okay, sure.
Okay, Karthik, can you please guide?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, Prashant, you have a question, please tell me.
Yes, Vajrang. Vajrang, how we can upload package in manage package?
Managed package in the sense we have seen today, right?
In a
Like,
sense, I can see so many people are uploading in the package, in uploading the package just like converted CSV to Excel. So they are just uploading their package in manage packages. So how we can build and
okay,
upload the
you're talking about
yes, yes,
libraries.
libraries. Yes, yes. And
Okay.
how we can do that?
So instead of creating a workflow, create a library, add your code, add in out arguments. In should be whatever the file that you have as CSV, and out should be the Excel file. So in this library you need to write the code, and you need to give out a path. That's it.
Okay.
Okay. So when you are publishing this library, either you can
Mm-hmm.
publish it in the local and give the settings path. If you want me to show, give me 2 minutes. I will try to share my screen to show. Okay, so after you create a library, bank library, so I have created it at one place, right? So what I can do, I am creating a new activity. So instead of new activity, I can rename this as um, greet greet message, and I'm accepting in argument as name. Name should be the in argument, and I can use assign statement, and I can use greeting. So whenever someone calls this, he should be greeted like welcome plus name. So this is a simple activity, that's it. So each and every workflow will be a separate activity. Okay, now all you can do is you can publish this. So this is a library, right? Bank library. Instead of this you can give greeting library. Okay, and then hit on add release notes if necessary. But publish options, instead of orchestrator field I can give it to custom, and in this custom I can give documents. Let's give batch 2. Okay, let's select this folder. So here is where I am uploading the library. Okay, hit on publish. So you are publishing it into your local. This is published. Let me add one more studio. Okay, here I'll write a process. So this is to consume library. Okay, the only thing that we need to do is in libraries manage packages. Here you are having feeds, right? So along with these feeds, you also need to give where you have uploaded that particular package. So just add the source, and then this is batch 2, select folder, and this is batch 2, add, and then if you see here, you can go to manage all packages, and you can select greeting library. This is where you have greeting library, and the authors are updated. You can install, and then here in the activities you can see blank library greet. So what it accepts two arguments. I think both are input, so I need to change it. So what I can give, I can go back to the code and then change this to out argument, save it. So whenever you save it, you need to publish it again. So blank library, greeting library, and options, publish to custom. This is what. So this is an in argument, that's an out argument, right? Since that is a new version, you need to go back to the manage packages and upgrade the package. So now name is an input argument and greeting is an out argument. Name can be given as Vajrang and greeting. So this will be an out greeting, and then I can just add message box to see the output. So whatever greeting we get, we can see it here. If I just debug this flow, so this is the custom library and it gives me the value. Okay,
Okay.
so any library that you want, you can update it here, and you can either publish it in your orchestrator where users can consume it, or you can also do that here.
Okay.
Well, if someone is asking at this level in an interview, then ask him back that how many libraries have you built. That should be enough. Okay, in a particular project, how many you have built, then they will give you clear explanation. Did you understand it, Prashant?
Yeah, got it.
Yes, yes, yes.
Thank you. So anything else? Let's stop it. Even if you have questions, please drop them, because we are already out of time and we can take it up tomorrow.
Okay. Thanks, Vajra.
Thank you,
Thanks,
everyone.
Vajran.
Have a great day.
Same.
Thank you.
Have
You
a
too.
great evening and good night for people in US.
Good day to you. Bye.
Bye bye. Pragati, I need to talk to you